accurate self-assessment is that thing that allows us to look in the mirror and really honestly describe the person that you see.
So when we talk about self-awareness, first off, self-awareness is the understanding of our emotional state. Being able to recognize how our emotions are dictating our moods, dictating our mental states as well. And in self-awareness, there's three components, three competencies. The first being our emotional self-awareness, second being our accurate self-assessment, and the third being personal power, right? The ability to cultivate a life that you desire. So, for this episode, Pops, I got some questions that I want to ask you about emotional intelligence so that any of the viewers watching this video can leave this video with some more information and they can leave it with some insights around how
Mhm.
our emotional intelligence impacts the way we move through life, all right? So, as we get started, the first thing I want to ask you, Pops, is why is accurate self-assessment so important, but yet so difficult for dads to seem to embrace?
No, that's an excellent question. Let me just build on top of what you shared about self-awareness first, and then I'll address your question. Our self-awareness is the thing that simply lets us understand our internal state, right? Things like our personality and our character, our strength as well as all the weaknesses we have. It helps you understand what your purpose is, why you value what you value becomes more clear when you go on a journey of self-awareness, and why you believe what you believe becomes better understood. So we can look at it as an internal mechanism into what makes us tick. Now, as far as accurate self-assessment is concerned, um, that is so very, very important, because if we're going to be the best people that we could be, then we have to be able to describe ourselves accurately and honestly. And that's really the key word here, is the honesty aspect of it. I think as men, and I'm going to generalize a little bit, I think as men, it's harder for us to ask for feedback and ask other people what they think about our skill sets, our strengths, our weaknesses, and that type of stuff. Women have a tendency to be able to do that a lot easier. But as a man who's in his 60s now and been around the block a little bit, it's difficult for us because, we like to think that we have all the answers as men. Sometimes it's hard for us to acknowledge what we know and what we don't know. And accurate self assessment is that thing that allows us to look in the mirror and really honestly describe the person that you see. If you're loving who you see, and you don't feel like you need any improvements, good for you. I would probably tell you that that's a blind spot. And welcome to the human race. All of us have blind spots, but sometimes it's really, really difficult for us as men to just tap into asking other people whose opinion we value. What do you think about me as a dad? What do you think the things that I'm doing are going in the right direction? What is it that I can improve? As you get a little bit older, and I've done this with you. I'll ask you what you think about something that I'm doing, because I'm always trying to get better, and I'm always trying to tap in and become more self aware. And in order to do that, you're not going to have all the answers. Other people can help you find out the true answer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very difficult for anybody to do, I would say, is asking others like genuinely what maybe criticisms do you have for me or what feedback can you give me that can help me improve, whether it's in our personal lives, whether it's in our professional lives, whatever it may be, right? That's not easy and it requires us to remove that ego a little bit. And as men, we like to put up that facade. You kind of just alluded to it. We like to put up the facade of like, yeah, we're the resource. We're the person that our spouses can come to. We're the person that our children can come to for answers. And sometimes the right answer is saying, "I don't know." But let me find out. So I think all of those things are really important, and I understand why accurate self assessment can be difficult. But if we look at some of the research, right? Pew Research came out with a study that said almost half of dads doubt that they're doing a good job. And I think that speaks to the lack of accurate self assessment that many dads are putting on themselves because they're going through life not seeking that validation or seeking the feedback that can help them grow.
Hmm.
Right. And so if you bust down that ego, break that wall, and find it within yourself to say, "Hey, let me ask somebody, how I can improve. Let me ask somebody how I'm actually doing in this role of a father." Then that can lead you to actually knowing how good of a job you're truly doing, right?
Hmm.
And so it's all intertwined. I think that's really important. So as we finish up talking about self-awareness, I think it's important for everybody watching this to know that self awareness is the foundation of your personal growth, it's the foundation of your professional growth, and it's the thing that can help you as a parent remain present in moments that require your full attention, right? So when we can become more self aware, it allows us to become a little bit more mindful and it allows us to have better relationships.